The 1970s gave us arena rock, disco fever, singer-songwriters pouring their hearts out, but it also gave us songs that made you stop mid-chorus and think, wait, this was a hit? These weren't underground oddities. They weren't novelty tracks that vanished in a week. They climbed the Billboard charts. They dominated radio. They played at school dances and backyard barbecues. And somehow, we all just accepted them. Let's count down 5 of the weirdest 70s hits nobody who grew up in that decade can forget. Number 5, The Streak. Ray Stevens, 1974. In 1974, America briefly lost its mind. Streaking, yes, running naked through public places, became a full-blown cultural craze. Sporting events, college campuses, even the Academy Awards. So naturally, someone wrote a song about it. Ray Stevens didn't just mention streaking. He built an entire novelty hit around it.
He's just as proud as he can be.
The Streak was structured like a mock news report, with Stevens playing a confused, on-the-scene narrator describing naked chaos interrupting everyday life. There were sound effects, shouting, a recurring character named Ethel, who kept missing the streaker and asking, "Don't look, Ethel." It was absurd, and it went to number 1, not number 27, not cult status. Number 1. For weeks, the most popular song in America was about people running around without clothes. Radio stations played it constantly. Parents laughed, kids repeated the catchphrases. Nobody seemed particularly scandalized. What made it weird wasn't just the subject matter, it was the sincerity.
If there's an audience to be found, he'll be streaking.
Stevens committed fully to the bit. He performed it on television. He leaned into the ridiculousness without ever winking too hard at the audience. The streaking trend itself faded almost overnight, but the song stuck around.
Hello, once again, everyone. This is your Action News reporter on the scene.
Long after people stopped running naked through stadiums, the Streak kept playing on oldies stations, a permanent time capsule of one of the strangest cultural fads of the decade. It captured the 70s perfectly, a little chaotic, a little inappropriate, and somehow completely mainstream. And that was only number 5. Number 4, Dead Skunk, Loudon Wainwright III, 1972.
Dead skunk in the middle of the road, stinking the house.
Some songs are written after heartbreak, some after political upheaval, some after deep personal reflection. And then there's Dead Skunk. Loudon Wainwright III saw a dead skunk in the middle of the road and decided that was enough inspiration for a single. That's it. That's the premise.
Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk.
A dead skunk in the middle of the road, stinking to high heaven. He repeats it again and again. No metaphor, no hidden symbolism, just roadkill. And somehow, this became a top 20 hit. Radio programmers heard it and thought, yes, the public needs this.
Yeah, you got your dead cat and you got your dead dog.
What makes it strange isn't just the subject matter. The 70s had plenty of odd themes. It's how casually it was delivered. The melody is upbeat, almost cheerful. The arrangement is light, country-tinged, easygoing. Meanwhile, the entire chorus revolves around a decomposing animal. Listeners requested it, sang along to it, quoted it. For a brief moment, America collectively decided that a catchy tune about a smelly skunk was exactly what it needed.
Got your dead rabbit and your dead raccoon. The blood and the guts.
The weird twist? Wainwright wasn't a novelty act. He was a sharp, intelligent folk songwriter with serious material. But this one joke song, written almost offhandedly, became his defining hit. For years, audiences would shout for Dead Skunk at concerts, sometimes ignoring his more thoughtful work entirely.
Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk.
It's one of those very 70s moments where something absurd slips through the cracks of pop culture and doesn't just survive, it thrives. No big message, no dramatic twist, no cultural movement attached to it, just a dead skunk in the middle of the road, and millions of people singing about it without blinking. That was the decade. Number 3, Afternoon Delight, Starland Vocal Band, 1976.
Find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some ass.
At first listen, it sounded harmless. Bright harmonies, soft acoustic strumming. A melody so sunny it felt like it belonged at a backyard picnic.
My motto's always been when it's right, why wait until the...
Afternoon Delight floated onto radio in 1976 like the most wholesome song of the summer, and for a lot of people that's exactly what they thought it was. Something sweet, something innocent. Then you actually listened to the lyrics. Suddenly it became very clear this was not about sandwiches and lemonade. The song was about daytime romance between adults, very enthusiastic adults.
And we know the night is always gonna be here anyway.
But here's the strange part. It didn't sound scandalous. It sounded cheerful. The Starland vocal band delivered those harmonies with such clean-cut sincerity that the song slipped straight past controversy and into the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. It even won a Grammy. Parents hummed along in the car. It played in grocery stores. It aired on family variety shows. Nobody seemed especially alarmed that a song celebrating midday intimacy had become one of the biggest hits of the year. That disconnect between content and presentation is what made it so uniquely 70s. It wasn't rebellious, it wasn't edgy, it wasn't trying to shock anyone. It just existed in this oddly polite space where everyone pretended not to notice what it was actually describing. And that might be the strangest part of all. A song with unmistakably adult subject matter became a squeaky clean pop anthem. People slow danced to it at weddings. It played at community events. It became part of the soundtrack of growing up in the decade. Sweet on the surface, suggestive underneath, and somehow universally accepted. Only in the 70s could a song about afternoon delight feel like it belonged on daytime television. And nobody blinked. Number 2, Seasons in the Sun, Terry Jacks, 1974.
Learned of love and ABC, and skinned our hearts and skinned.
On the surface, it sounded uplifting. A gentle acoustic guitar, a bouncy, almost cheerful rhythm, a melody you could hum after hearing it once.
When all the birds are singing in the...
Seasons in the Sun felt like one of those easygoing sing-alongs that drifted out of car radios on warm afternoons, until you actually paid attention. The entire song is a farewell, a dying man saying goodbye to his best friend, his father, his wife. Line after line, he thanks them for the seasons they shared, because he knows his time is up. That's it. It's a musical goodbye to life.
Pretty girls are everywhere.
And it went to number 1, not quietly either. It dominated charts around the world. It sold millions of copies. It played constantly on top 40 radio. Kids sang along to it. Teenagers slow danced to it. Families heard it on road trips, all humming a song about impending death. That contrast is what made it so strange.
We had joy, we had fun, we had season.
The production felt bright, almost optimistic. There was no heavy orchestration, no dramatic minor chords screaming tragedy. Instead, it sounded pleasant, like a campfire song. The emotional weight was buried just beneath the melody, and maybe that's why it worked.
Give me love and help me find the sun.
Listeners could focus on the tune and ignore the existential goodbye if they wanted to, or they could lean into the sadness and find something deeply moving. It became one of those rare songs that was both comforting and devastating at the same time.
Always come around and get my feet back on the ground.
Critics called it overly sentimental, some even mocked it, but the public embraced it. For a brief stretch in 1974, one of the most popular songs in the world was about facing death with calm reflection. Melodic, catchy, radio-friendly, and quietly heartbreaking. That strange emotional contradiction is exactly what made it unforgettable. Number 1, Timothy, The Boys, 1971. Now this one might be the strangest of them all. Timothy sounded like a standard early 70s rock single at first. Driving beat, tight harmonies, catchy chorus. Nothing about the production hinted at controversy, until you realized what the song was actually about. 3 miners get trapped in a collapsed mine. Only 2 make it out. And Timothy? Timothy is never found. The lyrics never say it directly, but they don't have to. The implication hangs in the air the entire time. Food runs out, hope fades. 2 men survive, and Timothy disappears. Radio stations played it anyway. It climbed to number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100. Millions heard it. Teenagers sang along to the chorus, without necessarily processing what was being suggested. A song strongly hinting at cannibalism became a hit. What makes it even stranger is the tone. The music isn't dark or brooding, it's energetic, up-tempo, almost upbeat in places. There's no ominous soundtrack warning you, no dramatic strings, no horror movie atmosphere, just a tight pop rock arrangement backing one of the grimmest storylines ever to crack top 40 radio. Some stations eventually pulled it once they caught on. Others kept spinning it. The band and songwriter played coy, claiming Timothy might have been a mule. A mule. But listeners weren't fooled. And yet, it worked. People bought the record, requested it, played it in their cars. That's the magic, or madness, of the 70s. A decade where a song about missing miners, romantic muskrats, dead skunks, and public streakers could all share the same airwaves. Strange lyrics, serious delivery, massive hits, and somehow we all just accepted it.